Do I wish I'd made time to have a baby? If you don't know me, I'm 42 now, and I started trying to make a baby, is how I talk about it, when I was 38. And I started trying to freeze my eggs at that point, which was, spoiler alert, unsuccessful. And so this person's question is, do I wish that I'd made time to make a baby? And I don't have a short answer for this. Basically, I really try to not live in regret. I don't find that to be a helpful state of being. But if we go back in time and assume that I'm on the same path, that I take the same path that I've been on, which is college, medical school, residency, PhD, etc., then what I wish I had done differently is to have made more time for my personal life during my training. Like many people who go into medicine, I am a high-achieving people pleaser. And so what that meant for me when I was going through my training is that I always wanted to make sure I met or exceeded people's expectations. And while I think that's very common, again, amongst people who are in medicine, I found that other people were more willing or more skilled at implementing boundaries around that. So they basically protected their own time better than I did. Of course, there are some limits to what you can do as a resident, but I think I definitely could have done that better. If I had prioritized my personal life more, I probably could have started dating while I was in training rather than putting it off until afterward, which is when I found myself in my mid-30s trying to find someone else who wasn't married, and it was very difficult. And by the time I tried to freeze my eggs, it was too late for me. And while my experience, I'm sure, is not universal, I do think there's a subset of people similar to me who've had these same types of experiences, basically sacrificing ourselves even in order to meet other people's expectations. And this is a behavior that often is rewarded when we're in school. You know, giving up your own personal time to study more often means you get a better grade in a class. And so if there's a behavior that's rewarded with, say, good grades or getting into a good school or getting into a scholarship, then we're motivated to continue that behavior. But unfortunately, sometimes things that served us well in the past will no longer serve us, and things that used to be productive become destructive. And I think that is what happens to a lot of people in that high achieving mindset. A lot of us are perfectionists, and we take that to further and further extremes because it continues to be rewarded until the point at which it does not.